All right, here we go. This is going to be the homework video for 5.3. I want to remind you that we talked about Khan Academy again today. And with Khan Academy, we're expecting you to do about 45 minutes of work every week to shore up skills that you may be missing or that you need to work on. Khan Academy is really great because it helps you do that, but it also makes sure that you're able to concentrate on stuff that's challenging for you. And so we're expecting 45 minutes of work out of you per week right now. So make sure you put in that time in your advisory or some other time. All right, so let's get going. It took Mary 15 seconds to walk 10 feet. How fast was she walking in feet per second? And so we need to recall that per means divide. And so I'm going to take 10 feet per, which is divide, 15 seconds. And so if I do 10 divided by 15, I'm going to get, that would be 0.6 repeating feet per second. Another way to think about that is you could just reduce the fraction. They're both divisible by 5, so this would be 2 and this would be 3, so it would be 2/3 feet per second. All right, next one. Find the ratio of width to length for each rectangle. So that means we take 2 divided by 8, 6 divided by 24, 5 divided by 20, and 3 divided by 12. Are the rectangles similar? Explain your answer. So you may or may not know this, but similar means that the ratio of width to length is the same for all of them. So we actually have to divide this out. 2 divided by 8 is 0.25. 6 divided by 24 is 0.25. 5 divided by 20 is 0.25. And 3 divided by 12 is 0.25. And so the answer is yes, their width to length ratio is the same, 0.25. All right, let's keep going. So that's just a fact of geometry. Similarity means same ratio. In an algebra class last year, students who earned grades of A spent 4.7 hours more on homework per week than students who earned grades of C. Write an algebraic ruler represent the situation using A for the hours spent on homework per week for students who earned grades of A, and C for the hours spent on homework per week for students who earned a grade of C. Answer with supporting work. So situation using A for the hours. Okay, so for students that got A's, let's think about what this means. They spent 4.7 more hours. So more is addition. If I do something more, it's additional. More and additional are the same, are synonyms for that reason. So if I take what you study if you get a C, and I add to that 4.7 hours, I'll get how many hours of homework people who get A do. And that's, I think that should be sufficient. We can support that work by checking our rule with an example. So let's say somebody who got a C spends 3 hours a week. Just thinking about it, 4.7 hours more than that would be 7.7 hours for A. And so I'm going to check my rule. I'm going to plug in 3 for C, 3 plus 4.7, and that is 7.7, so my rule works. So that's just a way of thinking about that word problem. Got to interpret it there. Corey bought 2 boxes of candy and 1 soda at the movies and paid $8. Christopher bought 1 box of candy and 1 soda and paid $5.50. How much does 1 box of candy cost? How much does 1 soda cost? So 2 boxes plus 1 soda equals 8, and 1 box plus 1 soda equals $5.50. And so if I'm thinking about these 2 orders, the only difference is that Corey got 2 boxes, and so the difference in their prices is going to be the price of 1 box of candy. So one box of candy is whatever 8 minus 550 is. And that's going to be 250 for candy. So again, the reasoning there is that Corey, the only difference between Corey and Christopher's orders is that Corey got one more box of candy. So that means that the difference in their prices must be the price of one box of candy. And so 8 minus 550 gives me 250 for candy. So now I know how much candy is. I know that this is really 250 plus one soda is 550. And so if I think about that, 250 plus something gives me 550. Well, it's 3. So that means that soda is $3. Whoops. Because that's the only price soda could be to make 250 plus one soda 550. All right, so then I've got my, my different prices. I can double check it up here. 2 boxes of candy, that's 2 times 250 gives me $5, plus $3 for a soda gives me $8. So it seems like it works, and my answer is right there. Okay, let's keep working. Oops. These statements involve exponents. Complete the blanks to make each statement true. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 equals 256. And there are 4 4s there. And when you have 4 4s multiplied, it's 4 to the 4th. Here I've got 3 4s. And so that would be 4 to the 3rd. 4 times 4 equals 16. Whoops, not 116. 16 times 4 again. 4 times 6 is 24. And I'll put the 2 up here. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 64. And so this must be 64. 4 times 4 is 16, and that's 4 to the 2nd. And then 1 4 is just 4 to the 1st. Okay, 3 soccer players, Alberto, Ben, and Chike, are forming a wall to defend against a penalty kick. How many different ways can they line up side by side? So I'm going to use some abbreviations for A, B, and C. And so if they're lining up, there are some situations where Alberto will be on the left, and that's going to be a situation where it's A, B, C. But it could also be A, C, V. So I think those are the 2 possibilities. There's no other way you could have Alberto on the left. So let's try when Ben is on the left. So Ben, and then you could have Alberto standing next to him, and then Chike there. But you could also have Chike standing next to Ben like that, with Alberto over on the right. And there's no other situations in which Ben is totally on the left. Let's put Chike on the left now. So C, he could stand next to Alberto with Ben on the end, but it could also be Chike, Ben, and then Alberto. So I think there are 6 total possibilities. My strategy there was to create an organized list where I was thinking just about who would be all the way on the left, and then finding all the possibilities that match that. So that's your homework for 5.3. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I laughed, I cried, and I also longed for a snack.